The bowls of Revelation describe the final acts of this age. They are certainly the most dramatic scenes. I use the analogy of a drama unfolding, but that doesn't mean this is fiction. This all will really take place someday. Before we get started, you will want to pause this video and read Revelation chapters 15 and 16. That is the script of the final acts in human history. Okay, now that you have read Revelation chapter 15 and 16, we will go to specific verses to examine them more closely. The first characters we encounter are the seven angels. Read with me from Revelation 15:1. Then I saw another great and awe-inspiring sign in heaven. 7 angels with the 7 last plagues, for with them God's wrath will be completed. The next characters we see are those who were victorious over the beast. This refers to the Antichrist. Read with me Revelation 15:2. I also saw something like a sea of glass mixed with fire, and those who had won the victory over the beast, its image, and the number of its name were standing on the sea of glass with harps from God. Just a side note. I wonder if this verse is where people get the idea that all we do in heaven is play harps. Remember, this is one scene and period of time. It certainly doesn't represent all we will be doing for eternity. These people are human believers who refused to worship the Antichrist and take his mark. He kills them for this, and here they are in heaven singing the song of Moses triumphantly. They were not afraid of the first death, so they are rewarded forever with eternal life. If you are called to be a martyr during this time, hold on to this image as you suffer, because you will be in this group. The next character is one of the 4 living creatures. Read with me Revelation 15:7. One of the 4 living creatures gave the 7 angels 7 golden bowls filled with the wrath of God who lives forever and ever. This mosaic shows each of the 4 living creatures. One has the head of a human, one an eagle, one a lion, and one a bull. We don't know which one is distributing the bowls in this scene. Now let's shift from describing the characters to examining the scenes where the drama unfolds. Much of what we have seen in previous videos with the seals and trumpets was happening on earth. When the bowls start, we are given a glimpse of what is going on in heaven. We start in verse 1 with the angels receiving the plagues in heaven. Then we see this sea of glass where the victorious believers are singing the song of Moses. Next, we see the heavenly temple opening. Let's begin reading in Revelation 15:5. After this I looked, and the heavenly temple, the tabernacle of testimony, was opened. Out of the temple came the 7 angels with the 7 plagues, dressed in pure, bright linen, with golden sashes wrapped around their chests. One of the 4 living creatures gave the 7 angels 7 golden bowls filled with the wrath of God, who lives forever and ever. Then the temple was filled with smoke from the glory of God and from his power, and no one could enter the temple until the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were completed. Wow, can you picture that? God's glory and power are so overwhelming during the time the bowls of wrath are being poured out that no one in heaven can even enter the temple there. This temple was built by God rather than man. You can read more about that in Hebrews 8:1-2 and Hebrews 9:11-12. Let's read Revelation 11:19, which is a passage describing the 7th trumpet. Then the temple of God in heaven was opened, and the ark of his covenant appeared in his temple. There were flashes of lightning, rumblings, and peals of thunder, an earthquake, and severe hail. As you can see, the 7th trumpet is describing with additional details what we see in Revelation 15 as the bowls are being distributed. This shows how they fit together. Both passages describe the opening of the temple, so that is the key to connecting them. In chapter 16, the scene shifts from heaven back to earth where the bowls will be poured. Revelation 16:1 says, Then I heard a loud voice from the temple, saying to the 7 angels, Go and pour out the 7 bowls of God's wrath on the earth. In our next video, we will discuss the plot that unfolds in this very real drama.